There was a great chiropractor named Dr. Reggie Gold who gave us chiropractors this great way to explain chiropractic. So let me teach you how to share chiropractic with other people. It's very easy. You don't have to give an hour's lecture. Remember the letter N. This is how we're going to explain chiropractic. 5 simple steps. Number 1, chiropractic deals with every level of human performance. There's not a thing a human being does that is not in the realm of chiropractic, because all of your performance is controlled by body chemistry. When people ask you about chiropractic, you don't start talking about spines and nerves. It's too technical and not really what chiropractic is all about. What chiropractic is about is raising the level of human performance. And all performance is controlled by chemistry. And the chemistry is controlled by glands. Tens of thousands of glands, cells, organs, 70,000 billion cells in the body, all making chemicals. For them to make the right chemicals for the right balance and maximum performance, those glands, cells, and organs have to be under control of the central nervous system. That system that maintains control, the brain and the spinal cord, when they're in control, if all the glands, cells, organs are harmonized, doesn't matter what age you are, your body will do the best that it can because the master control mechanism, the brain, is in charge. That system is controlled and protected by bone. Now we have the 5 principles. Every level of human performance is controlled by chemistry. The chemistry in balance as a result of the glands, cells, organs producing the right chemicals. They're harmonized by the central nervous system, and the nerves in turn are protected by bone until vertebral subluxation. What's that? Vertical subluxation means the bone has slipped from its proper positioning. Now, instead of protecting the nerves, it's actually irritating the nerves. When the nerves are not coordinated properly, the glands, cells, and organs lose their control mechanism. The gland cells and organs still make chemicals, but not in perfect harmony. And the result is an imbalance in body chemistry, which again lowers human performance. And when that performance is down, it affects every aspect of life, everything. And it'll stay down there. You will never again be all that you could be if your body chemistry is out of balance because of subluxation. This is why we have chiropractic. Chiropractic always works 100% of the time. You can't get rid of subluxation without your life potential improving. It always works, but it's almost impossible to predict in advance what changes you will see. So chiropractic exists not to treat conditions necessarily, but to give an adjustment. What's an adjustment? It's that little push that allows the bone to go back into place, to free up the nervous system, so that once again, it can control the glands, cells, and organs. And when the glands, cells, and organs are controlled and interact in harmony, now the body's chemistry gets back into balance, and the body again performs at its best. The longer you leave a subluxation there, the more permanent damage you will accrue. I don't believe if you get adjusted that you'll never have a problem again, or your current disease will completely go away. But if you keep your subluxations, you'll get worse. And that's an absolute promise. There's no way you can keep those subluxations there without getting worse year by year by year. The damage from vertebral subluxation is cumulative. If you had a subluxation since you were 1 and you got adjusted a day later, well, that's not so terrible. You get an adjustment a month later, well, that's not so great. You could get adjusted 30 years later. Don't be surprised if some of the damage is permanent. Don't let your kids or your grandkids start chiropractic as late as you did. Sometimes people come into me or any other chiropractor and somebody's had arthritis for 40 years and they get 4 or 5 adjustments and they say, hey, it doesn't feel any better. Well, what do you expect? The only thing we've had to work with is this kind of rotten mess you've given me that you call your body. What I say is, why don't you go get in the car and go and get your grandkids so that 40 years later, they're not dealing with the same kind of mess you are looking for a miracle. The job of chiropractic is to correct subluxation, to free up the nerve system so you can once again take control of the glands, cells, and organs, bring your chemistry into as much balance as you can so that your performance levels will go back to as high as they can go. If you want to get more results, start your chiropractic care earlier. Now, I want to ask you one more time this final thing. Won't you please help somebody else as you were helped? I'd like you to do 2 things actually. When you go home, the first thing I'd like you to do is call up the person who first told you about chiropractic care and say thanks. Tell them how you feel. They send so many people to the chiropractor and nobody ever bothers to say thank you. Then the next thing is to sit down and make a list of some people that you're going to tell about chiropractic. I would love to come back here 6 months from now and talk to all of your friends, all of your neighbors that got into chiropractic care because of you. And you can sit back and know that you did something good. It's one thing you can do for humanity that doesn't cost you anything. And then you can go and do what I do. Go home at night, go to sleep, put your head on the pillow, and fall asleep with a big old grin on your face because you know that you did good stuff that day and the world's a better place because you took the time and trouble to care about somebody else. Thank you and have a great day.